pop up here. Alright, there we go. We are live. Good morning. It is Monday morning, November 15th. I'm going to outline some stocks I'm going to keep a close eye on today. I really don't have a ton to watch. The momentum really hasn't returned to the OTC sector yet. A lot of the low cap NASDAQs are still running. But the OTC market has remained kind of slow. There's been a few decent movers here and there, but overall, it's not that impressive yet. As you can see, my hair is getting a little long, so hopefully I can make enough money to get a haircut here shortly. The first one I wanted to take a peek at was IQST. So this had a pretty good first green day on Friday. It ran from, 0.46 to 6.2 at a max, and it closed right near its highs. Showing a gap up this morning, pretty decent little gap up actually, from the 62 cents to 64, 65, somewhere in there. In its recent history, it hasn't had a great track record of gapping up or having second green days. But if we go all the way back on the daily chart, the 1 year, 1 day chart, you can see back here in its initial run, it had quite a few green days and had consistent gap ups and second green days. So I'm keeping this one on watch. It could gap up. I'm thinking it's probably going to pull a dip and rip type of idea, where the people that took the gap, bought near the close, Friday rather, are going to sell off first thing in the morning. It's going to pull back a little bit, and then if it's going to have sustained momentum, then it's going to take off from there. So the way that I play these, of course, is if they put in a higher low on the day. So after the sell-off initially, they're going to put in a low of the day, and then I want to see it put in a higher low. And the way that you can tell that is it will run up a little bit, and then it will drop back down, and then on that drop down there's usually a higher volume that goes with setting a low in place, because that dip's getting bought into. So that's usually how we play those types of plays. Now the second green days are usually a lot more choppier than the initial ones, so it's something that you usually have to set a little bit wider risk on. Usually risk off the actual low of the day and watch it run. The second one I wanted to take a peek at was AABB. Now this one, you can see it broke out of the daily wedge a little while ago. It's been consolidating right near these highs. We're looking at, it's still a breakout level of like 285, 286, somewhere in that neighborhood. Excuse me, gotta get a drink. So I'd consider Fridays a day of consolidation. It's kind of a weird chart. I don't really like this sell-off at the end. But you can see most mornings AABB has a sell-off in the morning in one way or another. And it lasts various amounts, but that's kind of what I'm looking for today as well. I think it will pull back out of the open, and then possibly it could run up and test a multi-day high here at 286. So I'm looking for a pullback, but you can see there's obvious support, especially on the 5-day chart. In the 2.4 area, there's obviously multi-day support, as well as the 2.3. So somewhere in the 23 to 24 cent range. I think if we get a pullback, it will find support there. Watch level 2, wait for it to turn, hop in around that area. Hopefully it will retest the multi-day high here and possibly get a breakout. The last one, of course, been kind of permanently on my watch list for quite a while, is ILS. So it's showing a gap up again on the chart, but on level 2 it's not. It's kind of actually a weird level 2, where the bid is 49 cents and the ask is 44 cents. So this usually shows a gap up pre-market. You can see over the past few days it has, and then it does nothing and opens right where it closed. So as another day of consolidation, I guess you could call it, it's staying above 40 cents pretty decently. Um, so I'm just going to wait until it breaks over 50 cents with volume, with momentum, and hop in there. I won't buy again, anticipating the breakout up here, because you got to keep your risk too wide, and there's no guarantee that it's going to break out. It could break down at this point. It's pretty overextended, and I could get hurt pretty bad on that. So I want it to confirm the breakout before I decide to enter that. But and then along with ILS, we have CYBL. Of course, it moves kind of in sympathy to ILS, and you can see the wedge that I have on the daily chart. It's right near the bottom end of that, and I'd like to see it break out the top before I enter. If ILS goes, then CYBL will probably go. So that's the 4 stocks that I'm keeping a watch on this morning. I hope I helped you guys out, and best of green days to you. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Gonna go do these every morning, as well as the daily recaps in the afternoon, and the Trading 101 videos, which I've been building on a little bit, and I expect to have more videos out in that sector soon. Best of green days to you.